Okay, so let us go with the backup utilities. Backup utilities means taking backups. How to take the backups means compresses the data. Sometimes we'll compress because if we have the big amount of data, then we have to compress and taking backups and saving it, removing the original files. The real time, these are needed operations. So by using, we have the commands zip command, then gzip command. Uh, Next, we are having tar command. These are the main important commands we are having. Somewhat optional CPIO is there. So you may be confused about that CPIO. Till tar, mostly it is enough. So we are going to see how to take the backups now with the help of zip command. Okay, we know about zipping. So why the zipping? To compresses the data. So we can compress the files. So for the security purpose, okay, that will decrease the size of the file and keeps somewhere, and we can take it and we can keep it safe. Whenever we need it, then we can extract it. We can unzip it. You know, mostly the need of the zipping and unzipping. Okay, so original size, for example, it is 10 GB. If we compress it, that will be come to some half size or lesser than that. So like that, we can zip it. So for zipping also, there will be algorithms also. There will be programming. They remove the spaces. They will remove special characters. So based on the program or algorithm, so the zipping will be takes place. Okay. Here, uh, how to perform the zipping? We are having the command zip. Here option will be there. We'll be having the option. Then here the zipped file. So whatever the file we are taking, zip file, and the list of files later on, the list of files to be zipped, list of files to be zipped, file list. So this is the syntax of the zip command. Okay. So here let's take the files, for example, add.c, then modes.c, then sub.cpp. So some three files are there. Just I wanted to take the, I wanted to zip them. This time, zip space, the zipping file name. Here I am taking, for example, some backup. Backup is the file name I am taking. Dot zip, dot zip space, the list of file names. The list of file names, add.c, modes.c, sub.cpp. If you want to take some g1.txt is there, g1.txt, take all the files. See, all have zipped and added to the zip file. So where is the zip file? Here we have the zip file, backup.zip. You can check whether it is zip file or not. Check. So dot zip represents the zip file itself. Okay, backup dot zip. So this is the way of zipping the files. If you want to know what are the files we are having, we want to know what are the files we are having. So we can simply check out zip hyphen we are having command actually has to give -f that backup. It's not listed. These for verbose, what are the files here? Zip. Zip space we have to unzip it, then only it will give the list actually. Before listing out, let me unzip it, how the unzip will work. So let me bring this file to somewhere, otherwise I'm copying it back up to some BVRIT. Is my directory. CP it is not allowed. Let us do it first, please. Permission denied. Story. CP backup has been moved. CP space BVRIT. So we copied it to BVRIT. Here I wanted to unzip it. Here I wanted to unzip it. Now I can see unzip space, whatever the zipped file name we are having, we can make use of it. What is the zipped file name? Back. So like this, we can unzip the files and we can get the list of the files which are zipped. So this is the way of zipping and unzip. Zipping and unzipping. Here we have one more option, that is, so by using this zip, we can add one text file, or we can delete one text file from the file. So we can add and we can delete also. So we can see, for example, here I am having a file, I'm going back. Otherwise, we can create one file, touch AA, BB, CC, DD. Some files I have created. Now in the backup.zip file, we are having only 4 files. Now I wanted to add one file to that. Updating. Zip space. Here I can use the option called -u space the zip file name backup.zip space whatever the file name just you wanted to add, you can add. AA I wanted to add. I can add it. It has been added to the file. Like that, we can update the zipped file by adding. We can update the zipped file by adding a new file. by adding a new file. So this is the way of updating. If you want to delete a specific file, if you want to delete a specific file, so we can use an option called an option. So now you can see zip, for example, uh, -d is the option. The example, the file already previously mode.c sub.cpp, then add.c already added. So if you want to delete an file, I am deleting some modes.c. Okay, I can delete. It has been deleted. We can check it. What are the files which are deleted? So here we can use the option called V. Let me check it. We can use the option called zip space -v backup. Nothing to do. It has to list out actually. It has to list out some files .txt. It is checking out, I think. Sub.cpp. Yeah, -v for finding out whether a particular file is there in the zipped file or not. So that's what they are giving. So this is the way we can zip the files and unzip the files also. Unzipping already we have seen. So Z-U for updating and D for deleting from the zipped files, and V for verbosely, that will be checked whether a particular file is in that zipped file or not. For example, sometimes we'll take the zipping, but original files will be remain. So if you are taking zipping, if you are zipping the files, if you want to remove the original files, then we are having the option called -m. We are having the option called -m. For example, I am removing backup.c. So that backup file itself I am removing. Now I am creating a zip file -m. Total zip file some blk.zip. It's my backup file, new backup file I'm taking. All the files I'm zipping. All the files star I'm representing. See, all the files will be zipped. If you list out, there are no original files. The original files all are zipped. Those will be in the blk.zip. Those will be in the blk.zip. If you want to check, then you have to go through again. You have to go through, means you have to unzip them. You have to unzip them. So how to unzip them? By using U and ZIP. You can check it, and blk, that file name you can see. dlk zip. Here itself I am unzipping. You can check it. All the files we got. So this is the way of taking the uh, backup or compressing the files by using zip command. Here what we did, we have zipped all the files into a single file. That's what we have done here. And again, here all the files we are keeping into a single file. Internally, each single file will be zipped actually. That's the meaning. Each file will be zipped, and those will be kept into a single file. That's why we are able to remove a file, and we are able to add a file from the zipped files. Okay, that's what we have seen. Now, so by using gzip also we can perform. Actually, we have seen the file zipping. Till now, we have seen the file zipping. So here, let us see the directories. We can zip the directories also. Let me create mkdir, some d1, d2, and d3 dot, and touch some files. ff, gg, hh, some files I am creating. Files and directories now I am having. So I can zip the files uh, and directories also. Here I am zipping the directories. b bk dot some zip I am taking. It's a zip. And directories I am taking some d1, d2, and d3 directories. So I can zip the directories like that. If there are any files under the directories and all, so that time we have to take the option called -r. If there are any directories, if you want to perform the recursive uh, copying, or we can call it as recursive zipping. So there will be sub files and subdirectories. Such cases we have to use -r. In copying files also we have used that. Mostly file copying. Uh, if you want to copy a directory, we have to use -r. And while removing files also we have to use -r. Okay, so like that we can make use of this zip command and unzip command. These are the facilities we are having in linux environment. If there are any files under the directory, then only we make use of this. Okay. So these are the commands I'll share with you. Now let us go with gzip. So, sir, why we are going for gzip? Already we are having zip command. What's the need of this gzip? Here gzip will compresses each line in the file. For each line, that will create a specific file. Okay, such compression it will do. Means there will be security also by using gzip. So in general, this gzip will perform or much more better than this zip command. It compresses well and compresses huge number of files and so quickly than the zip file. But gzip will take some higher size than the zip command. So after compressing also gzip size won't be that will be decreased, but not like zip command, not like zip command. Okay, so let us perform the zipping with the help of gzip. So, but here we cannot take multiple files. So single files we can zip. Here I am taking gzip some ff. You can check ff dot gz. Here I am taking, for example, gzip gghh. See, so here for each file it is taken a specific. Here in zip command, all files we are bringing into a single file. So there each file will be compressed. Here each line will be compressed and kept into a single file, a particular file. Here moreover, original file won't be available by default. Is there original file? Here we are having ff. Where is the previous ff? There is no such regular file ff. So by default it is uh, removing the original file. So this is the extension of this one also, ZZ. Then previously there we have given, that is ZIP. There we have given. For example, here it will give us the license ZZIP -L, a particular file. ZZ. So what is the license software? Then the version of the ZZ and everything will be given us. I think without the file also we can check it. So actually for every command there will be big programming. There will be big program. So this is the way of zipping the files. If we want to zip the directory, actually here the previous directories, yeah, d2 d3 like that we are having. Let me zip them. Zip some d2 directory I'm taking. It's a directory. So that's why previously I told you, if you are copying or removing or zipping, we have to give the option called -r. That is about the directories. We are doing with the directories ls. Now you can see where is d2, d2. It's nice. It's not showing the cd space. There are no files in the d2. That's why it is not showing. So it compresses all the files. Let me take on the number d2. Touch A, B, C. Okay, let me come out. Now I'm performing this command. That is gzip space d2 -r d2. The files under that d2 will be gzipped. Now I am saying, yeah, the files under that particular directory will be gzipped. So this is the way of zipping the files and zipping the directories. Okay, and I'm coming out. Here I have zipped ffggghh and all. If you want to unzip them, actually mostly z unzip should work. Let us try it. Z unzip ff.z. Yeah, it's working. Ff dot. And we are having gzip hyphen d also, hyphen d gg. And this also will work. To unzip, we are having two commands. One is gzip-d, that gzip file name, and another one is gunzip, that particular file name. So like this also we can unzip the file. Okay. And again hz, we are having h. It also will be CR. So let us go there to D2 directory. So let me try z unzip and taking all the files. Let us see what will happen. So all have been unzipped. Okay. So these are the uses and the facilities we are having. Zip and gzip commands. We can unzip them also using other unzip command and z unzip commands. And now one more useful command we are having, that is called tar command. Tar. It is target archive or archive. Target archive files. We are having here also many options. The real-time backups will be taken by using tar command mostly. And here we are having the options. This is the syntax. Here a tar file we have to take like zip file only. Then here the list of files or files list here we mention. Here we are having option tar file and list of files. Okay, we can check it now. So this is the syntax. Now let us create some files now. Then actually we can call it as target archive or some tape archive, because previously people they have taken the backups into the tapes. We knows about the some tapes, cassettes we are having previously. Here some 20 GB, 10 GB tapes will be there. So into the tapes previously, the administrators have taken the backups. So here we can call tape archive. We can call it as tape archive also. Okay. So now let us create. It is one more advanced compressor. We can easily perform the compressing. Tar space hyphen C for create, V for verbose, and F for files. So let us see first of all files, whatever the files we are having. DDFFGB, all files we are having. So now tar space hyphen C for create, V for verbose, actually F for files. I'm taking a file, some tar back, my own file name and tar back. I'm taking, let's see, without extension, tar back space, the list of files, ff, gg, and hh. tar back. You can see ls hyphen L. So tar back, for in order to remember whether it is a tar file or not, we can give the dot tar extension. We can give the dot tar extension. Okay. So if you want, we can copy that into D1 directory, tar into D1 directory. There we can see cd space D1. Tar back is not copied. mv space tar back and D1 directory. In the D1 directory, we are having the file. So now it's a target or tape active file. If you want to extract it, we are having the command called tar space hyphen xvf. X means extracting, V for verbose, F for actually files. F for files. So let me take now the file name tar back. Now you can check it. Yeah, we got the files ffgg hh. So C for creating the archive file, and X for extracting the archive files. Okay, so V for already verbose means what are the files we are here unzipping or unzipping or extracting. The displays means verbose means the description will be given us. That's what we have seen now. Now, so if you want to simply list out, actually in the zip command we don't have listing out files. Here we have the option called listing of the files. Tar space hyphen t space tar back. One of the std trucks delete or test label. So I think it is for finding. Your finding also not showing. Sorry, you have to take the so let us do it with the yeah. So here that will list out the files which are there in the target archive file which we have. Next, by using this tar, we can perform zip operations, and we can perform zzip operations also. We can perform zip operations and zzip operations. So actually, let us perform actually the basic tar hyphen cvf, creating C for creating, V for verbose, F for the files which we are taking. I'm taking same ffggh Before that, we have to take the that archive file, that is back dot tar. Previously we didn't take extension, now I am taking extension. The extension means to remember, that's it. Here the extension won't work. To remember, that's all, that's also will come under the file. See, we can see back that tar, so that is giving some color, identifying it as a tar file. Previously also without extension, that is identifying it as tar file. Okay, now let us perform zip and unzip with this tar file also. Zip and unzip with this tar. For example, AA, BB, and CC. Tar space hyphen CVZF. CVZF. Here I am taking some tar target achieve 1 dot actually type, we can see it later. We can give the extension of zip and gzip also. Here I am giving some tz, you can call it as tz, means the target achieve, otherwise tar dot zip space a bb. So here by using tar we can zip them. The tar file will be zipped. That's what we are seeing here. Okay. MK, here I am removing the files. RM space AA, BB, and CC as. Now I am unzipping tar space. If this type of tar zipped file we are having, that time X VZF X we have XVZF, then that tar 1 dot tar dot zip. Yeah, we can unzip. Now we got A, BB, and CC. Here nothing is there. If it is a zipped file, here while creating, here we are using CV. Previously we have used CVF, but we are using extra Z. This tar file again we are zipping. That's what we are doing here. So C for creating, and now we have seen X for extracting the file. So like this we can perform the operations with the tar command, tape archive. Okay. So if you want to perform that gzip, so that time also by using Z only we will perform gzip, the extension, that is gzip. So this is a way of performing. We are having one more command called dd. Actually dd, I told you the disk dump will work if we have the disk array. If we have the disk array, we are having only one hard disk in our systems. The disk dump will be worked for mostly with the disk arrays. So we will be having actually operating system in one hard disk, and in another operating system if we want to dump the same operating system to another hard disk. Such time we'll make use of this and whatever we are modifying in the first one and will be updated in the second hard disk, so that will be performed. If we lost the first hard disk, then we can boot up from the second hard disk. So like that, we can copy the image of the first disk into the second disk, so by using dd command. So these are the commands we have seen now: zip, gzip, then tab. These are the backup commands. Okay. So this is about the backup utilities, backup commands. These may be asked to you, then tar command, very useful command also. Now let us go with the shell types, types of shells, or yeah, types of shells. So what are the types of shells we are having? Actually, we have many types of shells. The shells will be represented like this: SH, it's a shell, and BASH. Actually, after SH we are having KSH. Next we are having BASH. Next we are having POSIX-SH. We are having that also will be represented with SH only. Next CSH and TCSH and ZSH. So these are the shell types we are having. Here SH means bond shell. We can call it as SH means bond shell. Bond shell. And then KSH means corn shell. It was developed by David Corn. David Corn. Next, we are having bash. Bash means born again shell. Born again shell. Okay. Next, we are having C means actually California University, or they are developed mostly with the C programming. All have developed with that only. So California related. Uh, Actually, they have kept that university name. I think so. Next, we are having TCSH. That is the extension for that. Next, we are having ZSH. ZSH. ZSH is developed by some other person, but there is no specific name for Z actually. So it is somewhat advanced shell for the bash. Advanced to bash. Okay. So these are the shells we are having. Sir, you are talking about shell and shell. What is shell? Shell is nothing but users workspace. Users workspace is nothing but shell. Here we can execute the commands. We can write the scripts. Okay. We can totally administrate the system. Administration. Total administration. Administration we can do with the help of, we can do much programming also in the shell environment. Okay, so these are the shell responsibility. We can do the automation also by using shell commands or shell scripts. These are the types of shells we are having. So if you want to know which shell we are using, echo. So we have dollar as shell type, dollar shell. We are using bash shell, born again shell. We are using bond shell. We can use another command, dollar zero, directly gives the name bash. So we are using the bash shell. Sir, we are using all these. Okay, fine. Now, just I wanted to change the shell. Here, each shell will be having the specific commands. So some commands are somewhat similar, and in the scripting also the syntax is also somewhat different. So each shell is having its own specific commands. So here, somewhat mostly we are executing all the commands which are related to bash. Yes, which means that is a bourne shell, simple bourne shell. So for that we are having the advanced, that is bash. The sh all related commands will be available in the bash. And ksh also somewhat advanced. And more than that, we are having zsh. ZSH. In 1990s, they developed it. 1990. ZSH installed. So it is somewhat advanced. The commands also somewhat easy. Means we can call it as higher level, somewhat higher level. We know higher level language which are understandable by the user. So for us also the ZSH in the scripting also somewhat different. If you do the scripting in the bash, that is different, and in the ZSH, that is somewhat different. So if you want to change the shell, simply type I want KSH. Command is not finding. CSH, that also not giving. Uh, ZSH command not found. Similar command, that is SSH. Let me check. SH, ASH. So that is going back. SH shell, that is a bond shell we are getting. We want to come out, we can exit. Actually, this has to work. That KSH, simply by typing the shell name BASH. We are in the bash. Let us go to SH. So now here you can type echo shell. So, capital SH. Sorry, we have to use dollar. So basic all bash commands only it is showing us. So advanced to the SH. So if you want to come back, simply bash. Exit. Again going back and exit. We are going to bash. Here what we have done, we shifted to SH, and from we shifted from bash to SH, then SH to bash, then I exited, then I came back to SH again, then I type again exit, then I came back to my original bash prompt. If you want to move to KSH, actually it has to work, but the here Red Hat 8 it is not allowing us. Okay, then we can install these commands also, no problem. Okay, if we install, then all will be available. Let me check SSH, KSH, that is executing the one point. So these are the types of shells we are having. Now we are executing all the commands which are related to bash. By default, we are getting bash prompt. And this Mac OS and this Linux environment by default uh, will give the bash prompt. So in your Mac OS also, we are having bash prompt only. All born again shell related commands only we are using. We are familiar with that. Okay. So it is about the shells and taking backups.